Hi guys, Tom here and welcome back to episode 16 of the Rangers Revival. Today we have a Season 2 review and a kit launch for the third season. It's something I've never done before, a kit launch, and I will just point out now that because I have used the in-game editor to edit the kit colours, because some colours have changed, it now means that the in-game editor use status has changed to yes, but that is all it's been used for given the recent things that have been going on. I feel like I should clarify that it's only being used for kit editing, never any players. Okay, regardless of that, let's get into the review. We've got some news items to recap on. Can't show you that. It had the new home kit in there, didn't want you to see it. Hopefully you didn't see it too clearly. Rangers in the season awards. If we start with the stats, top goal scorer Jason Cummings on 20 goals. Highest average rating was Stephen Malin on 7.45. Most assists was Craig Sibbald with 14. Best pass completion was January's signing Jack Ledge. Most player of the match awards was Craig Sibbald with 6. And the player with the worst discipline with 12 yellow cards and 1 red card, Loney Aaron Cool. Now the 2016-2017 season review, as we're well aware, we won the Scottish Premiership on the last day of the season. Thank you very much. William Hill Scottish Cup and the Scottish League Cup presented by Utilita must do better next season, I'd imagine. I don't think the board will accept failure in those again if we don't perform well in the league, but the league was the important thing for us this year, just to get that continental qualification, and we exceeded expectations. With our match of the season was beating Inverness 3-0 away, but our moment to forget was our 2-0 defeat at Celtic Park. The first of 4 games against Celtic, I think it was. Now, average attendance wise, we had an average attendance of 39,435, which is only 77% full. Hopefully we can up that over the coming years. And we used 24 players, which is joint 5th highest in the Premiership. So, before I get into our own squad, I wanted to do a league in focus thing. Just look at some other European leagues and see who won them. So we will start with the BBVA, the Spanish league, and it was a very interesting season. Last year, Barcelona won it on 93 points, but this year, Real Madrid got 102 points, and Barcelona came second despite getting 98 points, which is incredible. Both teams only losing 2 games all season, losing to each other actually. That's interesting. It looks like they've only played each other once. I know, I'm an idiot. Yeah, losing to each other. But coming second on 98 points is gotta be hard in Barcelona, to be fair to them. Now, in terms of the Premier League, Arsenal won that one. They finished joint top with Chelsea, but having scored 2 more and conceded 1 more than them, they got a goal difference of 45, whereas Chelsea's goal difference was only 44, meaning Arsenal win the league by a goal. As an Arsenal fan, I'm chuffed with that. The rest of the top 4 is Chelsea, Man City and Liverpool, with United and Tottenham getting the Europa League. But I'm chuffed with Arsenal getting the title. Especially, imagine if that was real life, Arsenal winning the league by 1 goal. That'd be, or any team winning the league by 1 goal. It would be such a tight title race. And it's incredible, that sort of thing. Next up, the Serie A. As expected, Juventus on course to win it. It's not over yet. Oh, they've won it, but the season's still got 1 more game to play. But they've won that one pretty much at a canter, with Milan, Roma, Fiorentina, and Palermo making up the rest of the spots. And finally, this isn't finally. We'll do the Bundesliga next. It's not finished yet. The relegation playoff is still going on, but in terms of the top half of the table, Bayern Munich have won that one easily. Let's be frank, easily. And finally, Ligue 1, this French league, and as expected, Paris Saint-Germain winning that one again easily. I mean, Lyon coming second despite losing 10 games kind of shows the quality of that league, doesn't it? And PSG won that one at a canter. Now onto our own team. Here are the lads. There's a lot going to be happening over the summer, obviously. We need to strengthen for the Champions League. we've got players who will be leaving. I won't be renewing loan deals for Tyler Blackett, Aaron Cool, or Zelalem. Feasibly, Elderson and Gould could come back if I'll be able to get them back, but obviously I think we need to strengthen everywhere. So I'll be in the market for lots of players, although I don't have much money to spend, so players may need to leave before I can bring some in. One thing I've actually forgotten to take you through was the end of season award, actually. So fans player of the season was Stephen Malin on 53% of the vote. Of Tavernier, interestingly, even though he barely played. And Jason Cummings is coming in third. S. Vine was signing of the season. Too fair. What a player he's been. 11 goals in 15 appearances from the right wing, and he's settled in straight away and he's bossed it, and I'm really excited to see how good he is next season. Give him a full season. He's declining apparently, but I'm not sure why that is, but never mind. And young player of the season, who's potentially signing of the season as well, Stephen Malin, contributed 2 goals, 4 assists and 5 man of the match awards and a 7.46 average rating in 34 games. What a player he has been for us, and he's still got the potential to grow a fair bit as well. He's only 21 years old, for crying out loud, but he got young player of the season and fans player of the season. Wow, he's got a clean sweep of those awards. Goal of the season, Jason Cummings versus Dundee United. Let's have a look at this one. I don't actually remember this one, but I guess it'll be nice to see it. Come on, oh, here we go. Oh, I don't remember this one actually. To be fair, for a goal of the season, it's not the best goal. I feel like we needed to see more of that, but never mind. A bit disappointing actually. In terms of our team, here is my. I made a new custom squad view. Got lots of stats here. I've kind of split it up. You've got all the general info you would normally have. We've then got again some more general info about all the players. So you've got appearances, goals, assists, average rating, man of the match. And then I've sort of sectioned it. You've got attacking, you've got the midfield area, you've got the defensive area, and then you've got things like mistakes and other bits and bobs. So let's start with the appearances. Who made the most appearances? And that is joint actually between Wes Foderingham and Rob Kiernan. I believe both of them ever presence in the league. Thankfully, that was the case with Foderingham, because if you remember, we did have an injury crisis with goalkeepers. Following up, there was Jason Cummings in third place with Stephen Malin and Jason Holt just behind him. So, you know, our five most key players, if you will, all from the UK. Well, all from Britain. Rob Kiernan's from Ireland. Next up, the goals. Obviously, Jason Cummings tops that with 20. S-Vine's quite a way off in second place with 12, and then it's a big jump down to Sibbald, Elderson, Mackay, Hardy, Kiernan, Malin, Wilson, etc., etc. And that's cause for concern. I've always liked goals coming from everywhere in the team, and if they're not coming from Cummings, they're not really coming from anywhere, so we need to address that in the summer. Maybe bring in some higher quality players who can potentially score goals. I don't know, we'll have to see who's available, but we do need to improve it. It may be that next season is more of a consolidation period. I feel like if we can qualify for the group stages of the Champions League, that gives us a nice little bonus in terms of money. If we can win the league again, that gives us a nice little bonus, and by the end of the season we've got a lot more money, and hopefully I'll be able to spend more of that money. Now in terms of assists, Craig Sibbald running away with that one with 14. What a player he's been since signing from the club, to be fair to him. You know, 12 assists compared to his 6 last year, 4 man of the match awards compared to 3. Yeah, he only got 4 goals, but he's playing at a higher level. He's on the left wing, so I can't expect too much from him, and he is only 22. So I'd expect him to still grow a little bit, despite what my coach says. So yeah, he got 14. Then there's Cummings, Holt, Tavernier, and Waghorn, all on 5. Malin on 4, and then you've got the rest of the lads. 3 for Gould, S1 Taylor, 2 for Cool, Mackay, Halliday, 1 for Ed, Wilson, and Kiernan, and that's exactly it. Average rating over the season, S-Vine tops that, closely followed by Malin, and it's a bit of a gap between Holt down to Cummings, etc. And you know, I'd expect most of these to be high anyway. Waghorn's cause for concern. I have been trying to be patient with him, but I can't get him to perform. So he may be a player that goes in the summer. Who knows? Sorry. Next up, man of the matches. 6 for Sybil, 5 for Malin, and then again it sort of shares out equally between the rest of them. It's interesting for Cummings to score 20 goals or 21 goals in all competitions, and only get 2 man of the match awards. You'd expect someone who scores that many goals to get a bit more. And then I found like what I wanted to do now is sort of look at it. It's an interesting way I found of seeing how efficient your players are being. So if we look, Jason Cummings had more shots than anyone else in the team. And funnily enough, Danny Wilson's second with 55. What has he been doing? That's interesting. And a little bit worrying in a way. But he's got 150, which is pretty much 100 more than the other player. And as he is our main striker, that's understandable. And he's hitting the target 53% of the time. I don't think that's too bad a ratio. Maybe we could try and work with him to improve that. But which means he's pretty much hitting every other shot on target, which isn't a bad record for a striker. And if he's hitting, he hit 53% of his 150 shots on target, that's about 75, 76 shots, which means he's scoring 1 in 3 of his shots in target. And that's not a terrible ratio. It'd be nice if we can get him to a 1 in 2 striker, but we'll see what we can do. Pass attempts, Malin made the most attempts and also made 170 key passes. Holt obviously making a lot of passes as well, and a lot of key passes for him too. And to make 2,195 passes and 2,103 for Holt, and to get over 70% pass completion is really good. I'm happy with that. I'm very happy with how the Scottish lads have done there. Tackle attempts is more so I can check how good my defenders have been. Rob Kiernan attempted 184 tackles, got 29 key tackles, and completed or successful in 90% of his tackles, which is really, really good. Mistakes. Kiernan, playing at the back, made over 30 more mistakes than anybody else. He's going to have to iron those out from his game, especially as we'll be playing at a higher level next year. He is wanted by Middlesbrough apparently, and Wilson is wanted by Watford, which is interesting. I'll have to deal with that when things crop up, I guess. And the most mistakes go to both my centre backs, with 6 between them. Okie dokie. So that's really all I wanted to recap. Haven't got any transfers or anything planned yet. I'll be dealing with that once the transfer window opens. The lads are all off on their holidays now, I'd assume, or they will be going there soon. But all that's left to do is the kit launch. Now, as I said in the last episode, I was going to base them on old Rangers kits. Now, the third kit has been based off of a kit from the 2003-2004 season. I've really based them on what ones I like the look of, really, not to if there's any significance to those seasons, apart from the home kit. The away kit is one from the 2004-2005 season, and the home kit is one that was used between 1968 and 1973. Now, Rangers actually won the European Cup Winners' Cup, their only European silverware, in 1972. So this was the home kit they used in that season, and I thought because it's now returned to European football after being relegated to the bottom division, and we're now back with Champions League, we're back in Europe, I've based it on that kit. So here they are. I just showed you them actually doing that. Completely oblivious. But here are the 3 kits. As you can see, very simple design for the home kit. I think it's quite nice. I think that maybe I've done the badge slightly out of place and the logo too large, but I can change those. But it's all blue, just with a white collar, and all the accents are white. Quite nice, I think. And you know, I feel like it could be just a standard classic Rangers shirt. Next up is our away kit. It is quite dissimilar from last year actually, because it's red. We've gone back to the standard white with a blue and red stripe going diagonally across it with the red logo there. Red logos and blue trims everywhere else. I think it looks alright. It's quite a nice shirt. I'm sure if it's not nice, you guys will let me know anyway. But I'm happy with how that looks. And finally is the kit from the 03-04 season. Does remind me of an Atletico Madrid shirt, but it's kind of my least favourite out of the 3 I've designed. There's not a lot to say about it. Red and white stripes, blue accents, and it was a Diodora, I think, shirt from the 03-04 season. I think it is the away, or it might have even been the 3rd kit. But they have been changed in the in-game editor. so they will appear as such in game, and that is why obviously the in-game editor now says use, because I've done that. So yeah, that does wrap up today's episode of the Rangers Revival. A little bit of a different one, just me rambling. Next episode will be probably the Champions League qualifiers, because I'm assuming we will have to go through some sort of qualifying stage. So in that you'll have like transfer recaps, however the summer's gone, and we will get back to competitive football in the European Champions League, and hopefully we can get a good draw and qualify for the group stage. That would be lovely. So thanks for watching today, if you did stick around for this kind of episode. Yeah, if you enjoyed, leave a like, and if you're new to the channel, hit subscribe. I hope you'll join me for season 3 of this, and let's hope it's just as successful as this one. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.